I can prove to Nora that she is not responsible for Sarah's death.
He can only love me if I didn't cause Sarah's accident, but I did.
It happened just like Nora said.
I know something that changes everything.
One life to...
Last week she told us she forgot who she was. Now she's been thrown in jail and can't believe who she is. Watch the next opening.
Andrew.
Hey, Max. I was just on my way to the rectory to see you.
I know I'm supposed to meet you there, but this couldn't wait.
Sure. What's wrong?
It's Luna. You need to talk to her.
Okay, what about?
Ghosts. She told me she sees the ghost of her dead husband, Bobby, and that he's spooking her out of marrying me. And then she does a 180 and says she made the whole thing up.
Now, I thought these marriage plans were going very smoothly.
They were, until now.
All right, why do you think she's starting to say these things?
Same reason she saw disaster force in her star charts and her tarot cards. She's scared to death of marrying me.
But why?
That I do not know. And I definitely don't know how to deal with it.
The problem with having the wedding reception at Serenity Springs is that there isn't one room big enough to seat everybody. See,
Luna?
What?
Oh, what did you say? I wasn't listening. Well, I think you'll be better off if you have the reception at the country club or at St. James.
Baby, I don't know. We'll see.
That's what you said about the food, the music, and then the decorations. Luna, I can't help you plan your wedding if you're not willing to make some decisions. So what's the problem? Luna. Luna, what is it? Tell me.
I can't take this anymore! Not push Bo away.
Nora, you practically chased the man out of here a while ago.
He left on his own. He's determined to prove this theory.
So what? Because that's such a terrible thing. He's trying to prove that you weren't the one who killed Sarah.
But I am the one, Hank.
Look, why are you holding on to this thing so tightly? Do you want it to be true? You know what Bo said makes sense. If you were in a blackout when the accident happened, there's no way you could have...
Isn't there anyone around here who's aware of reality? There was no horn. Bo's making the whole thing up. That's why I'm so worried about him. He's pulling the wool over his own eyes and setting himself up for an even bigger fall. He can't forgive me. That's fine. I can't forgive me either.
Look, Nora, if you
There's no future for us, okay? Bo and I are through. Face it. I have.
You're not even open to letting me help.
You want to help me? Fine. And stop trying to get me to make it easier for Bo to go off the deep end. He's going on and on with this crazy idea so much that he's going to fall apart so totally no one will be able to help him.
I'm sorry, Bo. Look, I'm trying to help you, all right? But it doesn't make sense to me.
Kevin, we didn't go out to that accident site and take all these pictures for you to come back here and tell me this doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, all right, look, where's... this one. Look, here's a view looking north from the bridge, right? Now, the sign is up about 100 feet beyond it.
Yeah?
And that's the direction Nora was traveling.
Yeah, with who knows how many other people.
Yeah, but Nora was the only one who blacked out, and when she came to, she had hit the sign. Look, there's a new post. Look at the left post.
All right, look. Here's where I went off the bridge. If Nora had forced me off, she probably would have come back into her lane, traveled a little further, and stopped.
About 100 feet up at the sign for Freddy's Flapjacks. It happened just like Nora said.
No. Nora did not do it, Kevin.
It was an accident, all right? An accident. It took Sarah. Now, don't let it take Nora away from you, too.
You know what kills me? All my life, I've been the one backing away from commitment, and now that I finally find a woman that I want to spend the rest of my life with, she's the one backing away.
But if fear is making her do this, then now more than ever, show her how much you love her.
I do. Andrew, I do every day.
Why do you think she's saying these things? Has she given you an idea exactly what it is that she is afraid of?
Same thing she's been afraid of. Something terrible is going to happen to us if we get married, but it's just a spiritual smokescreen. Okay. I mean, there's got to be another reason.
And you're sure that you have done absolutely nothing that might upset her or put her off in some way?
No, if I did, wish she'd tell me straight out instead of hiding behind this ghost of Bobby.
All right. Okay, I'm going to go talk to Luna. I'll try to find out what it is that's scaring her. Okay?
You can't take, what, Luna?
My waffling back and forth over these wedding plans. You must think I'm the most wishy-washy person you ever met. I just didn't think planning a wedding would be such a big production.
Ooh, nice save, babe.
Luna, what's really going on here? You and Max aren't having problems, are you?
No. What made you think that?
Well, it took you a while to settle on a wedding date. I just got the impression that maybe you were stalling.
No. Just get scared sometimes.
About what?
Well, maybe, you know, Max getting ready for married life.
Are you kidding? You are the best thing that ever happened to Max. Listen, he is happy and playful and funny and open.
You wasn't like that before, huh?
You ever heard about pushing the envelope? Well, listen, before you came along, Max used to push the whole stationery store. You never met a guy who lived more on the edge or took crazier chances than Max.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I met some crazier.
Max is still a guy who lives on the edge and takes chances, just like I was. And look what happened to me. Well, the same thing is gonna happen to Max, as sure as I'm standing here.
Luna, what is it?
Just shoo away old pesky fly.
Luna, Max needs you to keep him out of trouble.
Don't you listen to her, darling.
Stop it!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It really isn't any of my business. I just hate seeing you this upset about your wedding, you know. It should be one of the most beautiful and precious days of your life. Not an ordeal.
I know, honey. Believe me, I do. I know.
Then, maybe you should have a real heart-to-heart with Max.
Why?
Because if you're this nervous about getting married, then maybe you're rushing things. Maybe December 1st is just too soon.
Now she's talking.
Nora, we may be divorced in Lambview instead of married in Chicago, but one thing sure hasn't changed. You are as stubborn as they come. Now, if you want to let Bo slip through your fingers, fine. You're on your own.
I never wanted it to end this way.
Oh, really? Well, you could have fooled me. Now, you listen to this. The worst kind of loneliness is when you lose somebody who was really right. You know, the one. People like that don't come along too often.
Yeah, like us?
Oh, come on. We were kids. We had to find out the hard way that we couldn't live with each other.
Yeah, definitely the hard way.
But Bo doesn't mind those quirks of yours that drove me nuts. Like tapping your teeth with your pencil, eating cold Chinese food for breakfast, and talking back at movies. In fact, he loved that stuff about you. When you find a guy like that, you should never let him go. No matter what.
I think I'm doing the right thing, Hank. Not just for me, but for Bo, too.
No, Nora, what you are doing is letting your bull-headed pride keep you from being happy. Now, you chew on that for a while, huh? Then you tell me how right you are.
I don't know, kid. Maybe Nora's right. Maybe you're all right.
Doesn't have to ruin your life, Bo.
But why am I so desperate to prove that Nora did not cause Sarah's death? Is it that I can't accept it if she did?
Well, only you can answer that question.
I don't know why I just can't let go. My life is so empty without Nora in it. I mean, she is my compass and my map, and without her, I don't even know where I'm going or how to get there.
Don't talk like that, all right? Nora's not out of your life. Not yet. Now, if you need her so much, why don't you go and tell her that?
I did. And then the thing about the car horns and trying to prove that she's innocent, I think she believes that I could never really forgive her for it.
Can you?
I think so. I felt I did, and then this thing with the 2 horns. And...
Well, maybe you should just let that go, Bo. Just accept the fact that Nora caused the accident. You love Nora, right? She loves you. Now, whether she forced you off the bridge that night or not doesn't change the fact that Sarah's gone. But you still have a chance with Nora.
You're right. It was an accident, and I love Nora too much to lose her.
Well, I think she should be the next one to hear that.
Well, I guess we don't need these anymore, huh?
What's the matter?
Something's wrong. Something is very wrong.
Now arriving, the